Hello, everyone. It's Michelle Patterson here with Angel Souls, and this is our weekly angelic message for the week beginning March 4th, 2019. We're just going to... Just going to dive right in. It's really interesting. You must take time to settle now. Okay. By this, we mean for you to take time for spiritual connection, not just every day, but in all that you do. So not just doing, one little meditation a day, but having some mindfulness in everything that you choose to do. And that includes interactions with others. They go on to say, when you I can't read my own writing. When you feel pulled by another, be careful in judging. So I think that means like if you feel baited by somebody else, be careful in judging. Take a moment with your instincts first. For everyone carries a story and all may have times of feeling unsettled. But they do come in and offer that we don't need to put up with bullying. As we say all the time here, set those boundaries with people. But sometimes people are just operating from a place that we can't understand. Okay, so there's a difference there between making excuses for bad behavior and, and setting boundaries. But they're saying before you get to that space, just take a moment with your instincts, right? With your instincts and see, kind of assess what's going on there. Okay, I'm sure you've had times where you've come across people and you're like, okay, you're just trying to be nasty just for nasty's sake, or you're just trying to drag somebody down. That, of course, get yourself out of that situation and don't allow yourself to be pulled into that. But in other cases, sometimes people are just, maybe hurting and they don't know how to interact with anybody for a moment, right? So I think that's what they're kind of getting at here. Aggravation is distortion of energies. So I guess not everybody's going to get along in this coming week, right? Big surprise. Okay. We ask that you not point your attention outward for answers, nor try in vain to make things happen. Rather, be in silence and listen to instincts. Tune into this, and you may not get your message in the clarity you'd expect. Do not over-verbalize or over-rationalize. Let your instincts carry you to options, to new choices. Many of you will then be released from your burdens. Okay, I think what they're getting at is a lot of times, especially when we try to get messages for ourselves, we want everything to make sense in a rational way, which we're human, of course we do. But what they're saying is, you don't have to explain everything. Every kind of sensation that comes up is not always going to fit into a nice, neat little story. So don't overthink it. This isn't saying, charge ahead without any thought or anything like that. But, sometimes I think we take an instinct or something, oh, that's a sign. And we start putting this nice, neat little story around it to make it seem more magical, to make it seem like my path is really opening. Now I'm really going to make it, or, I just know. And be careful with that, okay? Be very, very grounded. And don't trap yourself in a story. That's what I want to say. Don't trap yourself in a story. Stay in that flow, because I think we're going to really have to take things as they come. So this could this energy feels like there could be a lot of new options for people out there. Lots of new things that you haven't considered, and it might bring up some fear. It might make you feel a little insecure, but if you just hang with it, it could really open doors for you. Okay, let's get on to the cards. All right, as always, we're using the Good Crystal deck and the Color Therapy deck. All the details for the decks that I use are down below. Oops, there goes a card. Okay, let's see what this is. It's one of my favorite. Okay, so it's Diopte's Heart Healing. We need to relax a little bit. We need to start putting some of that energy back into us, right? Reinvest that energy back into you. So again, this feeling of being peaceful and maybe even having a moment with your heart. There could be some grudges maybe that you have been hanging on to, or some confusion. That's what this feels like a lot of confusion, a lot of feeling lost and scared, and these sorts of things. So remember, these are general readings. The only way to tune into your energy is if you get a personal reading with me. All that information is down below if you decide that I'm the right reader for you. If I'm not the right reader for you, I'm sure there's somebody else out there. There's tons of readers on YouTube. But if you would like a consultation with me, information is down below. But so for everybody, this is going to be different. It could be resolving some outstanding issues. Again, it feels like this interpersonal kind of connection, or moving on from friendships that are no longer serving you, or even relationships, love partnerships. There's this scrambling around. So things aren't working the way that they maybe you thought they would. And so there's this reevaluation. So for some people, this could be a completely new direction, right? Where we're like, okay, this just doesn't resonate with me anymore, and I have to go, or I want to try something new, or let me try a new job. There could be some of that going on, but Mercury is about to go retrograde. Well, we'll retrograde this week, so you don't want to take like any firm action just yet. But I think this is a lot of evaluation, and I'm feeling this message that we humans just make too much out of things. And that doesn't mean like, oh, I got upset, oh, I made too much out of it. It means we're too quick to want to shut other people down. We're too quick to want to blame. We're too quick to, not be honest with ourselves, to sort of run away from trouble, which, again, discernment, if it is trouble, you got to protect yourself, of course. But what I mean by that is maybe you haven't had those open-hearted conversations that you could have been having. And now it's to the point where it's like, okay, there's no more denying this. I have to have this conversation. But it does feel like it feels so much better once you do it. Okay, so the next card we have up is Selenite Spiritual Awakening. A lot of spiritual connection this week, but this isn't the spiritual connection in the way that people sort of fall into. And I know I do that too. I get into my little spiritual routines, and next thing I know, I'm like, well, why don't I feel any better? Usually this, helps me feel a little charged up and rewired, and, I have a different kind of perspective. Why isn't that happening? And really, again, it's this big overall message of don't try too hard. Relax into your spirituality, and it's through that place of peace that you're going to make a pure connection to the divine. So if we spend a little time on that, we can end up with our heart healing. There's going to be some guidance coming through, but again, let's not play pretend with what's coming through. Oh, I heard this, or oh, I heard that. That might be the ego. So just sit in your instincts and discern, like, is that me making that up? Guys, I do it all the time. I just came back from a hike, and I felt like I was getting some messages through, and I felt my brain click on and go, oh, that means this. And they were just kind of like, okay, be calm. Don't jump to conclusions about what they are trying to get us to understand, right? Okay, so here we go. Bhakti Stone's balance. It kind of keeps going in with this whole thing. So this does feel like you're going to need all of your reserves, okay? Not that this is going to be a bad week. I think it's just we fight ourselves. We don't give ourselves a chance to just calm down. And, everything just feels like we're in the rough part of the river, right? and trying and struggling. And they're saying, you stop struggling. There's a different way. And that's what they want us to understand. So strive for balance this week. Great time to just rest, rejuvenate, do some yoga, these kinds of things. And I might even start doing some dance again, just doing anything to get my body moving in a different way than what I have been. So this is getting us primed and prepped for something, but we have to be really, really centered and kind of calm, or we're not going to get through it, right? Because we'll just stress ourselves out so terribly. So let's not do that. So I think the message here is to give yourself a break. To, the calmer and more peaceful you can be, the better. All right, so we have fluorite learning. Ooh, your soul has messages you must be silent to hear. I just heard that. Your soul has messages you must be silent to hear. And so what they're actually offering to us is that, we can learn a lot from the wisdom of our own souls. And, my whole thing here is to give angel guidance, right? And they want to remind us that we're not here to live your life for you. As a matter of fact, we don't interfere with your free will choices. We can guide you and we can lead you back to the wisdom of your soul so that you can tap into that. And anytime that you are up against some sort of very third dimensional decision and you're learning how to tap into that, they can help, okay? They can help guide you back into that space where you will get your answers. So a lot of you are learning what you're capable of, what is possible. That's really what it is. So again, let's be clear. It's not about action necessarily this week. It's more about resting in, being in that silent place so that you can feel what your next move might be, right? Or what feels good. And don't let the mind get too involved here. Again, you want to make good choices. You want to be very, very balanced when you're making choices, right? But the mind chatter can really kind of mess things up a little bit here. Okay, so just be mindful of that. And please remember, guys, I have a whole library of work on YouTube here. You might want to check out my Ascension video. I have videos on contacting your spirit guides if that feels more comfortable for you. Also a video on contacting your guardian angels. Okay, that should do it right there. What do we have? We have... Oh, nice. Well, it does say protect yourself, but before we even read the word, look at the picture there, okay? That's what this is feeling like. That's the energy of this week. Like, just find your happy place, okay? It's all going to be good. You just got to find your happy place. Now, it's a Azure. Protect yourself. The number is 36. When we hear protect yourself, I think a lot of times we go to this place of, oh, everybody else is a danger. I can't handle it. That's not the message here. Protect yourself from yourself. Protect yourself from the self-sabotage, the assuming that, you can't, or assuming that things are impossible. Also, protect yourself from victimizing yourself a lot. You know what I mean? If you find that you're constantly wanting to blame people, or point the finger or what have you, just sit within yourself and just be honest. Why is that so triggering to me? Again, I've had to have those conversations with myself. Like, why did that get under my skin? Well, I'm tired, okay? And I'm working and doing this and doing that and doing this and doing that. And then this happened, so sometimes, again, we don't give ourselves a chance to rejuvenate and to kind of level out a little bit, right? And we end up, snapping at people we love or not enjoying our moment-to-moment lives. And that's what they're saying. Protect yourself from your own schedule, from that sort of thing. It's not you against the world, okay? Now, again, if you guys, I wanted to mention here, if you guys want a little bonus message, I'm doing the Vintage Video Challenge. Go back again to any part of my library of readings that I have on my channel. Just pick one at random, listen to it, and comment down below. If it still resonates, maybe it won't, but there might be something in it for you. So check that out. But I think we're just going to leave it there. I like that message. So as always, guys, I am sending you so much love and take care.